You there. You're the fighting sort, yes? And by the looks of it, one of no mean skill. My employer is desperate need of a man of your talents, you see. He's been beset by threats from an unsavory group of thugs known as the Lemirs. Their leader demands my master part with some of his considerable wealth. Or, well, I'll just tell you they call her the Reaper and leave the rest to your imagination. We don't intend to acquiesce to the churlish demands without a fight. And with a stout arm by our side would go far in ensuring our survival. Your arm, perhaps? In case the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't enticement enough, please be reminded that our master possesses considerable wealth. If you would aid us, come with haste to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, where we make our stand against these brutes. I do, okay. Ah, you've come. I knew you were every ilm the brave warrior I thought you to be. You. I know why you're here, and if you mean to lay a finger on my coin purse, you have to pry it from my cold, lifeless... No, Master Giglio. Giglio, he's a friend. This adventure has agreed to help. We'll show the Reaper what her empty intimidations are worth. Ah, I see. My apologies, sir. Tensions have been high of late, and I'm sure you can understand. For reasons that elude me, these Lemirs have made my life a waking nightmare. Sight unseen, they demanded I begin paying them for the luxury of my own life. Rumors abound of their origins. Some say they are the detritus of some barbaric nation. They flout our laws and threaten their betters with impunity. They are led by a dead-eyed killer who draws her sight to the smallest slight. Refuses payments of coin, and she takes a share of your lifeblood instead. Rubbish, I say. The Reaper is not but a toothless bandit. Interesting theory you have there. Care to test it? You're the Reaper. Oh, you're a perceptive one, ain't you? Surprise us how you came to be in possession of so many shiny things. And what do we have here? Hiring more help, our ledgers remain unbalanced. You wouldn't be trying to wriggle your way out of paying us, and what job well done, would you? What was all that about sight unseen? My, how do you keep the lie straight? You didn't tell your hired muscle here what the great friends we were. So great, in fact, that you trusted none other than me and mine to put the scare into your competition. A job we were happy to do. You can't find your fortune in this fair city without stepping over a few bodies on the way, after all. But as flexible as our morals are, I'm afraid without the coin to bend them, we have only one recourse. Unless... I just wonder how you found yourself with a bodyguard of such uncommon metal. I now want an ounce of fear in that gaze, and not a mote of puffed-up arrogance either. This lad, my dear Giglio, is the real deal. He has what we in the mercenary trade call the killer instinct. How's this? For the sake of our long-standing friendship, I'll make it simple. Allow me to take this adventure off your hands, and the debt is forgiven. What? That's all? I believe this is the term is what term them in your trade called haggling. As for you, adventurer, it seems you've been made a free agent. But if you're still inclined to put those instincts of yours to use, come visit our headquarters in Pearl Lane. The door is open. Please, you must. You must do as the Reaper asked. If you don't, I fear she might return for her wages and this time demand interest. Well, that went as well as I was working expected. At least I think it. Amy said. Regretfully, it seems your contract has changed hands. Sake. The boss told me you'd be along. Coming in? Boss, the guest of honor's arrived. Ah, the champion of Eorzea deigns to appear before me. I have heard all about you. It's hard not to in this line of work. The stories you paint you as a ferocity incarnate, a force of nature few have survived. Peace, friend. I've no desire to put the killer to the proof personally. I don't have a death wish. You can call me Drasilia. I'm a Reaper, one of many, and the leader of this little family. As to why I invited you into our home, there's a job I'd like you to take care of for me. I won't work with criminals and thieves. Now, there's no need for name calling. Now, there's no need for name calling. Untwist your small clothes and listen to the particulars first. I won't ask you to do anything unsavory. This job will be a boon to your fellow man, in fact. All you have to do is kill one for me. Though perhaps kill ain't the right word, seeing these eyes already dead. You'd not be chasing after ghosts either, if that's your worry. Just avoid it, using some poor sap's body as a vessel to unleash its singular brand of wickedness upon the world. It won't be an easy task. The evil driving this monster is black as the void and near as deep. Countless souls have succumbed to its hunger. Worthy prey for one inclined to heroics, don't you think? You can't face it as you are, though, storied as your strength may be. I need to train you in techniques. Techniques that let you pierce the void and slaughter its kin. Keep talking. Don't see many Guardians in Ul'dah, do you? Let alone ones as savage as this. Savior startled gasps. I'm not out of surprises yet. Hold your hand out to the crystal here. If you're made of the stuff I think you are, then you are in for a treat. That's it. I knew you had what it takes. This be an avatar, a manifestation of your essence and the Stygian power of the Void Center on the other side. Void Center to which, if you so choose, you will bind to yourself. You'll gain skills unlike anything you've ever known. Skills that have allowed people like me to operate in the shadows and kill those that need killing since time immemorial. Your first assignment, should you walk this path, is to use the power of one Void Center against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Guardian assassins. But if sight of my kind makes your stomach churn, then take your indignation. Piss off! If you thought that having one foot in the void makes you the stoic. And if you only consider the sanctity of your soul, then take your virtue and piss off. However, if none of the aforementioned objections and you don't mind walking the knife's edge twixt life and death, then you'll have the tools to see your justice done and done right. Every time. This is the choice you must make, and soon. Every moment our quarry stalks the land is another opportunity for it to do harm. I take it you've come to a decision. Am I right? They'll only be turning away once you've chosen, mind you. You'll dance with death and return as its envoy, or you won't return at all. So what'll it be? I will not suffer this void sin to threaten the innocent. I will dance. Very good. Let's not waste time. Take up this crystal and attest to both worlds that you walk as a reaper. Bind yourself to the void and claim the strength that the weak of heart shun. Through the avatar your side does the void scent bring its power to bear, feeding upon the souls of the fiends you'll cut down in return. Not a bad arrangement, eh? Well, I'm sure you're tired of words. Here, the traditional weapon of our order. Let's see how it looks strapped to your back.
How do you feel the weight of the scythe in your hands? Please know. Now that we have a bit more in common, it's time we begin being acquainted. What's the name of our newest reaper? Daniel. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but so it is with Eorzean names. With everyone new one I learn, more and more is forgotten. Yours can replace Gigilio. After a little conversation, I think he'll give us a wide berth. Any road, we've got more worthwhile concerns than shifty merchants. Namely, can you converse too well and proper in the tricks of our trade? And the best way to do that is through battle. One of the family is having trouble with a particularly vexing fiend and has some word asking for assistance. It goes by the name of Arnegus and is stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's got a keen mind for trade and can find a needle on a stack of needles if need be. We best hurry before he ends up at the bottom of some monster's gullet. Daniel, say hello to Arnegus. It's not his real name, of course. He's as Garlean as we come. But I'd say he makes a passable Highlander in correct light. Boss, who's this? Are we sure we should be getting an outsider involved? Thank you for your discretion, Arnegus, but it ain't needed. He has personal contract with me, so consider him in service to the family. Whatever you say in front of me, you can say in front of me. By your will, boss. Chimera's been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares on its territory, which would be us, since our trade route cuts right through it. Men I've hired to carry my goods are scared to death, and I can't blame them. None of us are fit for monster hunters, except for you. We'll see what we can do with this. Might want to find a rock to hide behind. Chimeras ain't known for being the most discriminating beasts. To good use, Daniel. Ready, are we? Let's get on with the hunting. We need to draw out the chimera with the Meridian meat. Now to accustom yourself with the Reaper's tools. Harvest the souls of the fallen to call forth your avatar. Slice. The best Reapers fight in tandem with their avatars. Let's see how you do. Slice. target arrives. Finish this and I'll let you keep its head as a trophy. So long as the avatar is by your side, monsters like this are nothing more than easy prey. So, show me you've been listening, Dan. Give your avatar a feast to remember. Already position yourself. Give it from your side, gallows from your ears. Impressive work, that. I knew there was something about you, but truth be told, I didn't expect you to make such clean work with that chimera. I reckon I might even be hard-pressed to match that display. You know talent when you see it. And with that, the cerulean will flow once more. Among his many roles, Arnicus is a merchant of sorts. He sells ceruleum at a price that would make those gill pinches at Imagine and Son's bulk, but still turns a pretty profit. He can barely keep up with the demand, despite the occasional beast or two butting onto our fares. All thanks to you, boss, and our countrymen up north, of course. Guess we're getting back to business as usual. Ceruleum ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Imagine and Sons protect their monopoly with a gilded fist, but they have yet to force the Imperial stragglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go and run off to the plains, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to the Imperials is forbidden by law, but there's nary a word written about buying them. I know you Aerosians like to call Guardians all sorts of colorful names. Bastards, tyrants, invaders, and we've got all those and worse. But while many a foul deed has been committed for the glory of the Empire, we ain't making many answers to man. Even among the purebloods, those that don't serve don't always do so by choice. It could be argued that we're all casualties of this great mechanism, Bish. No small number of the Empire's troops would return home in a heartbeat if they could. But the world being what it is, most settle for sending their family what few coins they can afford to part with. Most heroisms would suffer a wit of color to complicate the black and white view. But if you're gonna fight with us, you should know the truth of our past. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears lived in Locus Amanus, down in southern Isambard. With temperature climes and fertile earth the land provided, many of us were but simple farmers, harvesting abundant crops with self-same sites that reapers would eventually wield. But gifts are ever the object of envy. When not tilling the fields, our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more ilms, and some 800 years ago now they were driven from Locus Amanus completely. They fled north to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there they fought tooth and nail for the scant resources of that frigid land. From the fires of hardship were the first Magitech devices forged, and with innovation upon innovation that humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. But before that miraculous twist of fate, we were a giant breed, bereft not only of magic but of hope itself. No natural advantage to speak of. Our mere survival was in question. From harsh necessity were the Reapers born. We turned our tools into weapons and struck a bargain with the Whispers in the dark. For the Void's power, we could strike an army's beaten heart, slay the generals, and throw the rank and file into disarray. Our way is to end battles before sparks catch, to sacrifice the one for the many, to keep avaricious hands away from family, friends, and lovers. And now, this power belongs to you. Remember our story. Remember what drives a man to turn to the void, and you'll not be led into deeper temptations. Our work here is done. I'll see you back at headquarters. Oliver and Dan headed in. For your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know just who this lot you've thrown yourself in with is. You might have gathered this yourself. The Lemires were formed to support those Garleans who were living in exile. It ain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where most would sooner gut you than offer a helping hand. Off, the only place to make a living is in the shadowy corners that lie outside the watchful gaze of the law. Now, I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away, but know this, I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. In the meantime, I'll be working with family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. I expect that scythe to be like an extension of your own body when we next speak.